Hi guys, welcome back to this channel and welcome to a brand new review video. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're actually going to review more of a common genre. This girl is supposedly a musician, as you'll see in a few moments, and I randomly came across her a few days ago, and it was because this one account online was making fun of her for being this new age hippie. And I'm like, oh, let's just check her out. And lo and behold, you'll see in a second why her stuff actually fits in quite well. So if you're new, my name is Laura from shamanicself.com, and definitely subscribe to this channel. Check out the other reviews as well. I do have a playlist on my channel, which has all the new age reviews and just in general other interesting videos that you can find. And today we're going to go through Shanin Blake. And I have this title down, New Age Hippie Influencer Who Lost Her Mind to Drugs. Perhaps a title I'm going to use, I'm not really sure. But yeah, this person's a little bit controversial. So just to give you a summary of Shanin Blake, there is this one YouTube video right here, which I also came across when doing a little bit more research on her. And it's only like 2 minutes long, and it's all about the controversy surrounding Shanin Blake. And if you read the description down here, Shanin Blake, a musician, influencer, and model known for her musical talents and hippie aesthetic, began her online journey in 2013 with her first YouTube video, Bag of Hammers. Over the years, she released albums like Soul Child and Lioness and gained TikTok fame in early 2022, amassing over 692,000 followers in her first year. So that's on her TikTok. For people who are on TikTok, you could probably just look that up real quick. Blake faced accusations of cultural appropriation, addressing them in a response video and revealing her Native American heritage. So the entire criticism is that she's using, you'll see it in a second when we go through her stuff, but she's using like dream catchers in the background, or she's having dreadlocks. And so some people are calling her out on supposed culture appropriation. I don't have an issue with culture appropriation with her. I have an issue with other things, which we'll also go through. Despite criticism, she released the song Energy Vampires in May 2023. So that was pretty recent. That was only a few months ago, because I'm recording this in 2023, which gained significant attention on TikTok. While she has her critics, Blake maintains a strong presence with over 259,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, indicating her enduring influence in the music and online worlds. So basically, this is her. As of the date I'm filming this, I think she's around 28 years old. And so she's been doing it for a little while. It seems she didn't get her breakthrough until pretty recently, though, until like early 2022 or maybe a little bit before that. And you can definitely also see that when you go through her entire Instagram here, which we're going to pick some videos off of her Instagram. The reason for that is if you go to her YouTube channel, you can already tell way less followers. This is like 30,000 followers on her YouTube. On her Instagram, she already has 525,000. So there are more on her Instagram, supposedly even more on her TikTok. And I love this here. This video may be inappropriate for some users. So, you know, a lot of it you already see it's kind of like her half naked. Some of it her is even completely naked, especially if you go to her Instagram. So it's kind of like the soft version of porn, for a lack of a better word, even, especially if you go through some of her images. And it's kind of like this mindless, the mindless lyrics that go with it. I can't really play her music, but you can literally just go here to her. If you're already on YouTube, you can go to her shorts. Every single song we're going to talk about is basically in a version of a short, but I personally can't really play it because I'm not sure if there's like a copyright on these, because it's like the music industry. So just for the sake of keeping things a little bit simple, I'm not going to play these in this review. We will go through the lyrics though. Okay, so where should we even start? I don't even know. So let's start with her Instagram. And I mean, it's just such a comedy show. Like everything about this person is a comedy show. So this woman the kicker for me was I didn't even notice until halfway through, but this woman's actually a mother. And so this is from July 10th, where she actually has her daughter in one of her videos right here. So I'm gonna close down my screen a little bit just so you can see the rest. Um, so this is her daughter in the background. And the first thought that came to my mind is, I mean, not only because with all these songs that they're doing, especially when they're pushed like this, first of all, it's considered something like bedroom pop culture, which I personally didn't even know existed, but they're programming people, right? And if they already have a child this young, because the child's like 10 or 11 years old, at least this year. So they're also trying to get to the little kids by her showing her child in that and everything. A little bit more background on her for people who are curious. So she's from Utah. Her hometown's in Bluffdale, Utah, which I have no idea where that even is. I mean, I'm sure people from Utah would know. Her genre is bedroom dream pop. I have no idea what that even means. It sounds something like a bad version of Britney Spears nowadays. So really, really corny and cheesy. Shanin Blake became a single parent at 18 when her daughter was born, and her life got tough. No kidding. I mean, teenage pregnancy and becoming a parent when you're a teenager is just really not that great, especially nowadays when you don't have that much support, like financial support and everything too. Most of her family disowned her, and she struggled with low-paying jobs. But she trusted her intuition, sold her belongings, moved to California with her daughter to work on the kicker weed farms. This decision led to incredible adventures, traveling the world, and living a life filled with music and magical memories. So she basically just talks about drugs in every single one of her songs. Shannon's perseverance paid off and her music career flourished. Now they live in a beautiful house with financial stability, all thanks to her music. Her daughter, Juniper, feels grateful for the unique experiences they had and cherishes their extraordinary journey. Despite facing difficulties, Shannon never gave up on her dreams and created a remarkable life for herself and her daughter. This person also throws up a whole bunch of Illuminati symbology in a lot of her songs. So you see a lot of these random triangles, reverse triangles, random like tongue sticking out, like all those things that you see with all these huge pop stars, which is basically just another form of symbolism and symbology that they're using to, first of all, make sure that they recognize each other. All those clones in the music industry have to make sure, oh yeah, we're all in the same boat now, because I just threw up this sign. They're also programming the masses, and they're basically just having fun with all the symbology. Some of them don't even really know what it means. I don't understand that. And so whether or not this person knows that whatever she's throwing up or told to throw up, I mean, by throwing up, I mean, she's basically just pushing those symbols, in her songs by using the hand gestures and the tongue sticking out, also the eye rolling a lot. I noticed that a lot, especially with these younger ones, that you have all these demonic things going on. And whether or not she knows exactly that she's part of the Illuminati clan doesn't even really matter. In my opinion, they do know they are, but she's still doing it. And so, yeah, it's just interesting to see it play out in real life. So let's go through her Instagram a little bit. I kind of want to start off with last year. So I just got to find the date. Okay. So you have this entire twerking, which is just another form of the hijacking of sexual energy, in my opinion. I mean, it's been around for a long time, but okay, we don't have to watch this. No comments here. She probably turned them off or something. So you have a lot of this, and at some point the comments change. So the more popular she gets, so she always has this symbol where she's smoking a joint or something, even if she's just indicating it with her fingers. But she got a lot of hateful comments at one point. I think it started, yeah. So all of this, it's just soft, like the soft version of what you would see in a pornography movie, perhaps, and you're getting all of this for free by just going on her Instagram. So, I mean, I remember when I grew up, you saw a little bit of this here. in magazines and everything, but nowadays, the kids nowadays are exposed to all of this crap, and I can't even imagine, like, parents who give their children access to Instagram like this. I can't even imagine how the children become programmed by seeing all of this, because the kids who would kind of be viewing her, they would be around the age of what, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And if this is really what you want to give your kids at that age, I mean, it's up to you, obviously, but there's just, I'm sure you can put certain filters so that your children don't view these accounts, but once they're on Instagram, they view everything, right? And so this entire thing with her nose bleeding, I'm sure there's a whole symbol behind. So yeah, everything about this is just so, I couldn't even believe she has all these things on her social media, right? Um, okay, so I'm looking for this one from December where she basically, yeah, this one. Okay, we're gonna click away from this picture. December 4th, 2022. AI me is lit and naked. Ah, ha, 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 ha. That's kind of what she writes. The best comment here, you already look AI generated. So probably in real life, right? So when I saw that comment, I had to like it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is an amazing comment. You remember when I had a video a year ago? I'm not sure if everyone saw it, but I think I had it in like February, March or so, where it was basically saying anyone who really fell for this entire AI lens, where you had to purchase all these AI versions of yourself for, I don't know, it was like $4.99 or $5 or whatever. People who really fell for that, in my opinion, they were AI, and they were already kind of like these inorganic, robotic, I don't want to say NPCs, but really these kind of like these clone type of people without a soul, really, which is basically the majority of people. Because if we're only like 70% soulless, 30% souls, or maybe 50, no, it's not even 50%, like 65% soulless, 45% souls, or 80% souls, whatever percentage you want to put on it, then it makes sense that majority is soulless. And so a lot of people fell for this AI scam. And it's interesting that the comment was like, you already look AI generated, meaning like CGI. Okay, here's life update. I'm moving out of my apartment, everything. There were a few, especially on the most recent ones, that had like the best comments ever. When you're weird for attention. So, okay, so this video right here is basically her promoting drugs, a little bit of shrooms, a little bit of acid to make my day better. Once again, I can't play the actual music. I found this interesting. Did that tree just talk, or was it you? So remember when we reviewed JCK, like all those nutcases, the new age nutcases that basically talk to the trees, and some even like make a book out of it supposedly. But yeah, very interesting that she has it in one of her songs. Because the first thing I noticed, like when I was reading through the lyrics, did that tree just talk to me? The first thing I really had to think of was JCK called her tree in Australia Brenda. And it seems to be maybe another Illuminati symbol when people start talking to their trees and giving them names or something. But basically, she's just promoting drugs here in this song. Basically senseless lyrics, like brain dead lyrics, oh, the sun, existential bliss. So all these new age buzzwords in all of her songs, which you'll also see in the Energy Vampire song, which kind of blew up this year, I guess, in May 2023. But basically, this song is about, oh, I'm going to take a little bit of acid, a little bit of shrooms. So he's talking about microdosing on drugs, which is obviously the newest trend for the past couple of years already, especially from 2020 on, where people were really confined to their rooms and to their apartments and to the indoors in general. And they have nothing better to do than maybe tripping on all these substances. So we're not talking about this full-on psychedelic trip that's going to last like 8+ hours or whatever. No, we're talking about people just microdosing and just kind of turning into these fried, brain dead, like brain fried people on their couches. I call them like couch potatoes, or people who just kind of smoke pot all day long and don't really know what to do with their lives. So yeah, this song kind of fits into that, because that's what they want to turn people into, especially with making all of this accessible now, right? So it used to be only a few states had access to marijuana, but now a lot of states, every single state almost has it. And in addition to that, when I was traveling through Europe earlier, well, a few weeks ago only, I saw a lot of countries that were already trying to legalize it too. So it's a worldwide epidemic. At least they want to spread it into that. And you need to be aware of what's behind it. But yeah, with this one's like, I like to talk about the abuse of substances in terms of if you have to take it every single day or if you're microdosing it, you're really abusing it. And this is a perfect example of it. So we're just gonna go through, I wanted to go through the comments. I guess they get better with this year, actually. But just all of these, I mean, not only the pictures, but just all of her art or whatever it is. Yeah. Oh, this entire being a bad BITCH, that kind of came out in 2018 or 2019. I never really fully understood why women out there want to call themselves that, because the word in and of itself already has such a bad connotation. But yeah, people don't really think, if you kind of think about words putting spells on you, and then a lot of people just call themselves that. Interesting. Okay, so her latest one is mushroom love, meaning again, microdosing on shrooms, just kind of taking that substance without any intention behind it. Um, Having people tripping out on all of this stuff. So supposedly she was in LA recently. She's getting a lot of backlash, especially on her most recent posts. Some of these comments I can't even say. Oh yeah, this one's good. So a little bit of shrooms, a little bit of acid. And then this one's here. That fruitcake next to you looks like he's having the gayest stroke to ever happen. Oh, this is another good one. Oops. Something else just popped up on my screen. Toxic positivity. Sorry, there's nothing genuine in those smiles. I really appreciate your song, but I have some concerns about your side performer. From his vocals to the audio quality, it's not up to par. His facial expressions are making the video feel extremely awkward and cringeworthy. I believe it might be beneficial to consider an alternative performer. So they're basically just high, obviously, when they're recording these type of videos. And they don't even care, and then people are kind of catching on to that. The co-pilot isn't helping you on this. Yeah, it's just a random clone body again. And so she has another song, Ascending to My Highest Self, Parallel Shift Dimensions. My new song is Third Eye. Let's see where this is going. Nothing but good intentions. I've been learning my lesson. So literally, we're having all the buzzwords that you have in the new age, right? And I mean, she is like a new age hippie in that sense. No time for fake conversations. Of course not, because you're ascending with your highest self. I'm busy counting my blessings for real. And all these haters, obsession, they steady stressing. Every single my name gets, okay, I don't know. I keep progressing every time they mention my name, is what she's trying to say. I'm preaching the message of love, my third eye. You just got to listen to this on her YouTube to really get a sense of how brain dead it sounds. But a lot of these lyrics, okay, and then the comments here, all I hear is I'm this, I'm that, me. Keep manifesting. Yeah, that L&M energy. Manifesting getting stoned. So a lot of people are just kind of calling her the way that I'm calling her out too. I mean, she's basically always on drugs or something. Just how disconnected from reality do you have to be enlightened, though? Why is it that only the upper middle class Western people seem to be able to manifest everything, yet there's kids literally being bombed in other countries? Such an absolute joke. We see through your SHIT, though. Except Jesus in your heart, all you're doing is demonic. Those comments are always the best. Making a song about other people stressing when they hear your name is not humble in the slightest. Her brown eye gets the most use. Okay. Vibes on vibes, sister. The energy you're okay. So of course there's going to be those comments too. Oh, this is a good one. No effing way people listen to this. That's the first reaction I had. Yeah. LOL, manifesting. What is wrong with people? If I hear the words manifesting or universe one more time, I'm gonna manifest my head through a wall. The comments are just everything, honestly. If you want to be entertained, go through her comments. Okay, my new song Third Eye is out now everywhere. And of course she has this typical heart-shaped whatever over her chest. The third eye doesn't work the way it should when you're obsessed with your own ego and fame. And then this is the best one, ayahuasca Barbie. Making fun of all of this. This must be the same vibe. You know, there's this other account that makes fun of people who are in Bali right now. Supposedly Bali turned really bad over these past 4 or 5 years or so. I don't even know. I've never been there. I do kind of want to go just to see how bad it really is nowadays. But it's similar to when this account makes fun of all the Bali people because they're all supposedly full of the same SHIT over there, you know, the same with like, oh, good vibrations, let's manifest this and that and whatever, and there's always this fake positivity. So this is kind of what it reminds you of, you know, everyone's kind of drugged up and your pupils, they're way too small. I wonder what the other comments are below this. Okay. Nothing screams spiritual enlightenment like posting countless thirst traps for strangers on the internet, but keep talking about that pineal gland, girl. You can't even see most of the other counter comments here. Some drugs make the pupils smaller. Yeah. And of course, you get the people who love her stuff, obviously. I'm going to protect my energy all the time. So this, I think, is her song, Energy Vampire. And one is like, I can smell this concert through my phone, probably insinuating how bad it smells because people are on pot or whatever. I swear I've blocked this chick like 7 times and she keeps popping up in her timeline. That's so funny. Yes, the hippie lifestyle, walking around with expensive guitars. I fucking hate hippies. She needs to collab with the Island Boys. Are the Island Boys still around? I had no idea. Pretending to hate capitalism while also loving capitalism. That's the best comment. That comment deserves a like, honestly. I bet it effing stinks there. Wow, you are not good. God, modern hippies suck. Okay, us hippies don't claim her. So there's another hippie right there. Okay, so someone's tattooing, I hope it's not her, I guess tattooing her name on their body. Wow. Was the native dancer and Dreamcatcher necessary though? All these pictures look like they smell. Just the comments alone, you could probably make an entire video on them. Oh, this is funny. So catch me main stage at Alex Gray Cosm Reimagine Festival. So this was October 9th. Let's go to Alex Gray Cosm, 1.4 million followers, and this is what he's about. So Halloween, of course they're having a deities and demons masquerade ball. Wow, they're not even hiding it. A demonic ball, basically. And they even look like that. I mean, I know it's supposed to be Day of the Dead or whatever, but still. But his energy is so bad, honestly. Just look at his energy. Kind of looks a bit reptilian to me, almost. Really, like the soul is kind of sucked out of them, right? And they really empty eyes too. So typical New Agers. So they supposedly had a festival or something. Also, like this third eye tattooed on his skull. Wow. And then here, of course, the devil symbol, and he's smiling. Look at that. I mean, everything you need to know. What a world. Yeah, what a world, right? So they had this festival still going with the deities and demons masquerade ball. I can't believe it. I can't believe they're actually putting this online and people aren't catching up to it. So they had this festival where she performed, and if you just analyze their energy, you already know everything you need to know. I mean, it's just crazy. Okay, back to her. Where were we? Right. So she was advertising for that. Performing with her daughter. That is so sad. That makes me really, really sad because her daughter is literally 10 or 11 years old. Took a little bit of acid, a little bit of shrooms. You need to listen to this song, you guys. Like, you're never gonna stop laughing. And here she's just saying how she used to sleep in parking lots in a van. LOL. Life is wild. I'm just as happy as I was living out of a van and sleeping in parking lots. But if she's really that happy, why did she buy this car? And then this guy, Luke, caught up to it. So spiritual, chasing material objects. You think she'd pick a more environmentally friendly vehicle. So she's obviously being torn apart in the comments. I don't understand why a hippie who raps about peace, love, and spiritual everything, but that big ASS V8, I agree. I mean, is hypocritical. This woman hasn't worked a day in her life. Probably also true. She was probably just kind of groomed into this entire industry somehow. And now here you have it, another hippie. Can you be spreading a down to earth message and still be flexing material objects at the same time though? Yeah, good comment. So people are kind of calling her out on this entire why are you having that car, or why you're pretending you're environmental friendly when really you're not. Life has been so incredible lately, but does it really look like, I mean, it kind of everything just looks so fake, right? Kind of like her eyes look really empty. I mean, probably so drugged out that there's no soul left in her body somehow. Um, and then so people are like, oh, that's so nice that your life has been great, but be careful being with the bragging and thinking about how it sounds to others. I'm happy for you, but I also think you could tone down your shout out a little. Didn't know you could have a midlife crisis in your late 20s, but here's a living proof you can, folks. Okay, whatever. This high maintenance hippie. You must wake up like 5 hours before you got to be somewhere to get all those bells and whistles on. True. I don't think we ever saw a picture where she didn't have any makeup on. Mother Ayahuasca is going to teach you a big lesson, LOL. Yeah, there's a lot of hate in her comments. This is the manifesting song, of course. Okay, so here she is with a supposed Native American, and the comments are, no way a real Native American would support this SHIT. As a man who's 1/8 Native American, I'm offended. These aren't the island boys. I just threw up a little bit in my mouth. It's because those were Ohio people. No offense against Ohio people, but I do understand that. So we kind of want to go to the new song, because the new song, Energy Vampires, it's right here. Okay. So again, half naked with the cat, everything. Energy. So this was 22 weeks ago on May 22nd. Energy Vampires is out now everywhere. This hand symbol I'm doing was channeled to me when I was meditating at the Chichen Itza in Mexico. Bull SHIT. Come on, we all know. Like, come on. I mean, yeah. All right. So, when someone commented on one of my videos on a different channel being like, oh, she's throwing up all the sixes and everything. You want to see someone who throws up all the sixes? Go to Shanin Blake. There you'll have it. I didn't know of the Chichen Itza this time, but Googled and found the exact pyramid. So I booked a one-way ticket there, took the crystal. Okay, so she has a sob story about it. WTF. I thought this was an SNL skit, a parody. Jesus. There was another comment that kind of had, like, she was trying to claim energy vampire to be her own or something, and people were like, you did not invent that term. It was just the funniest comment ever. Trying to find it, but obviously you can never find things when you're actually looking for them. Okay, hold on. Let's go down here. Third eye, third eye. So you see everything, right? I mean, I don't know if you guys are bored at this point. I just want to pull up this one post again. And okay, yeah. Okay, this is good. Happy birthday to so-and-so at night. Holy F, this is unbearable. Coachella final boss. Growing up rich must be wild. I want to hurt myself and others. If Urban Outfitters was a person, turns on mute, heads to comments. Exactly. That's kind of what I'm doing at this point as well. Girls after taking LSD once. I know the van smells crazy. Trying her best to do anything except for an honest day's work. When that trust fund money finally hits, hippies these days are whack. I just know her parents work for LM. Beautiful voice. That's not how you pronounce Eckhart Tolle, though, for future reference. um, Weed if it was a person. True. Please stop. It's like nails on chalkboard. She's definitely a trust fund baby. How much do you think is the trust fund? The comment section didn't pass the vibe check. Heavenly tone. This is the worst flow. I've never seen anyone post and think they did something way off beat. So she's kind of getting torn apart with her music endeavors. How long does your natural look take? Yeah. Um, so she's really posting about her life and how far she's made it, but she's getting a lot of hate for it, obviously, because it's just unbelievable. For me personally, when I first came across her really bad music, I was like, how does this even exist? Me after microdosing once. It's funny. I'm no expert, but she has a rock collection. Psychedelics made me more conservative. It's funny. I can't find this one comment where she was claiming she invented the energy vampire thing. Oh yeah, this is good. So her birthday's on March 22nd. And then so she has like the little bit of acid, a little bit of shroom song. It's called Drug Addiction. Do you have any new songs? It's the same 3 over and over again. That is true. I mean, we've been kind of doing this for half an hour. It's always 3 songs, right? But can she trim a pound a day? All right, guys. So this is Shanin Blake. If you want to have a laugh, just head on over to her actual shorts and music and whatever and go through that. But I thought it was pretty entertaining. I think it's shocking what they're throwing at us and how people are really buying into this partially. But then again, we all know a lot of these followers are fake. They're bots, like actual bots. And also some of them are just robots or whatever. So it's good to see the backlash with the comments, to be honest with you. You know, I'm not someone who necessarily like supports haters or whatever, but I think it is good to see that she's getting backlash because it shows that not a whole lot of people are really buying into her stuff. And more people are making fun of this than anything, which I think is really necessary because it can be really dangerous, right? Like whatever she's posting about, it deserves to be called out for sure. And I hope you got something out of it, if even it was just introducing you to her. Let me know what you think, and thank you so much for your suggestions. If you have any more suggestions, comment them below. Thank you so much for everything you do, for the support. Head on over to the playlist and review and watch more reviews that are up already. There are going to be more to come eventually. And until then, have a good one. Subscribe to this channel. Bye, guys.